Hello and welcome to the video. You can read the title for yourself. You cannot be born in the United States and at the same time claim that you don't know God and don't know God's law. In my lifetime, this nation has rejected God entirely. The Ten Commandments used to be displayed on every courthouse in the land, and then the evil Supreme Court ruled that that was somehow unconstitutional, even though the founding fathers who wrote the Constitution are the ones who put the Ten Commandments on display. So the Supreme Court was always breaking the law of the land and the law of God. You cannot be born in the United States and claim ignorance of God or ignorance of his law. And so all of these so-called reformed sinner saints who claim to be born again Christians, all right, who readily admit that they used to be an adulterer and used to be a drunk and used to be all of this other stuff. And then somehow, because they said a sinner's prayer and confessed to believe in Jesus, that somehow makes them a good person now, even though they broke all of the Ten Commandments knowingly and habitually every day of their lives before then. I am not a habitual sinner, nor was I ever a habitual sinner. I have served God for as long as I can even remember. Ever since I knew what right and wrong were, I have obeyed God to the best of my ability. And anytime I catch myself straying, I've stopped immediately and fixed it. I'm still a 43 years old virgin. So don't believe Jimmy Swaggart when he tells you that he didn't know how to live for God, that he was a habitual whoremonger and couldn't break his sin habits until he somehow got a magic revelation of the cross from God, allegedly. That is a lie. It's very simple to obey thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't put your dick in any woman's pussy. It's that simple. I forgive my language, but that's not even a crime. There is no law in the Bible against saying those two words, in spite of Christians' hypocrisy. It is very simple to obey thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't have sex with anybody you're not married to lawfully. Period. End of discussion. That's what thou shalt not commit adultery means. And then you find out in Leviticus that that's expanded a bit. It also means don't have sex with animals and that same-sex marriage is banned under penalty of death and hell by God for you homosexuals. But Jimmy Swaggart cannot claim that he didn't know how to live for God. It is very easy to obey thou shalt not commit adultery. You have to really woo and cajole and entice a woman to get her to have sex with you or strip for you. You are a two-faced liar.